Building an attractive physique is literally the best thing you can do for yourself, but as a young man, it's hard to find the right advice online. The typical things you will see online and hear from people will be that you'll stunt your growth or you're not going to make progress because you haven't finished growing. This typically scares a lot of young men away from weightlifting and they never end up building their dream physique. In this video, I'm going to give you all the information I know about how to build an attractive physique at a young age from me, a 14-year-old who has been doing this for a little over a year and has been through the trials and tribulations of learning as I go. If you follow the advice I give you in this video, I guarantee you will build an attractive physique. Why should you build an attractive body? The main reason you should build an attractive body is status. Status is incredibly important for young men. It is literally your value in today's society. This means that building an attractive body won't just benefit you physically, but in all aspects of life. This means the more status you have, the more willing people are to be around you and do things for you. This gives you an insane amount of confidence. You also gain a lot of respect from a lot more people as they can see you put in fine time to make your physique look good. I've literally had people who didn't used to like me tell me they respect me for putting in work to make a good physique. The key to building an attractive physique is weightlifting. This means to lift heavy objects in a repeated motion to strengthen and build muscles. This is the core thing that builds your physique, and there is no way to skip this step. You could literally do all the other steps in this video, and none will work unless you weightlift. A gym membership is not required to build an attractive body. I say this all the time to young men. If you can't get a gym membership, do not worry. You do not need one. Weightlifting is exactly that. Weightlifting. It doesn't mean lifting specific dumbbells in a gym. It just means lifting heavy objects in the same motion over and over. How to work out for free. Calisthenics at your local park. Calisthenics literally has the word aesthetics in it. Calisthenics are exercises that don't rely on anything but a person's own body weight. I'm sure you have done push-ups or pull-ups before. Those are examples of calisthenics. There are literally so many videos on YouTube explaining how to do calisthenics, so there's no excuses not to start. If you are lucky enough to live somewhere with a warmer climate, chances are there is an outdoor gym near you. These are literally 100% free and typically have rows and bench press machines. Pair this with some pull-ups and push-ups and squats and you will have a Greek goddess physique. For the best results though, I still recommend investing some money into cheap dumbbells, maybe around $50. I'm sure you have spent more on takeout or video games before. If for some reason you can't afford $50 dumbbells, you can use a water jug filled with sand. If you don't know where to get sand, you can literally just go to your local park and steal some, and just curl and squat with that weight. Although, if you can't afford the dumbbells, get them. What are the muscle groups that need to be trained to build an attractive body? Number 1, arms. Ask any girl and she will tell you big arms are the most attractive muscle on a guy. This is what gives you that strong masculine look when walking in a shirt. Quick tip to get some naughty bicep veins. Every guy in the gym either wants bicep veins or has them. This is what really gives you that aesthetic look. I see so much BS advice online about how to get bicep veins. People will say, do 5,000 curls, but all that will do is give you a pump. The way to actually get bicep veins is step 1, train biceps more frequently and train them hard. This means going to the point where your face is wrinkling, your eyes are squinting, and you just feel like you can't get that weight up. This builds the most muscle mass, and trust me, the more muscle mass you have on your body, the more visible your veins will be. Step 2, lower body fat percentage. If we are all being honest with ourselves, you can do all the training in the world, but if you don't have low enough body fat, you won't see it. I will explain this later when I talk about diet. Part of the arms, the forearms are a muscle that is highly undertrained, yet at the same time, one of the most visible muscles on your whole body. This makes the rest of your arms look proportionate and gives you that F-boy veiny arm look. You can literally do a few sets of forearm curls at the end of your workout, and the difference it will make will be incredible. Number 2, the chest, aka the pectoral muscles. This is what lets people know you work out. The difference between a developed chest and a non-developed chest will be a huge difference, especially since most young men suffer from gynecomastia. I'll give you a small tip for training your chest. Hit flies from all 3 angles. So that would be upper flies, middle flies, and then lower flies. This will give you that double D look you want. Number 3, abs. Abs are the most attractive muscle on your whole body, in my and a lot of people's opinion. It is literally impossible to look aesthetic without a good set of abs. The majority of these fitness influencers online will tell you that training abs is not necessary because your abs get used in compound lifts. This advice is absolute BS, and you should listen to it if you do not want to be attractive. Your abs are a muscle, and like any other muscle you want to grow, you have to train it. Number 4, neck. The most visible muscle on your entire body. Neck training will 100% make you more attractive. This is coming from someone who only started neck training a few months ago, and the difference it made in my attractiveness is unreal. You can literally do a few sets of neck curls at the end of your workout, and you will almost immediately see the difference when you have a pump. Don't be afraid to train your neck. I know that neck curls look weird, and when I first started working out, I knew about neck training, but I was just too scared to look weird in the gym. At some point, I just got sick of having a skinny neck and looking like a little boy, so I decided to try neck training. And to my surprise, no one looked at me weird. They might have glanced over because they were confused on what I was doing, but after that they just got back to their own workout. The longer you let other people's opinions stop you from training your neck, the longer it will take you to receive the benefits. Number 5, back and scapula. The back is what symbolizes your width. If you were to train all the muscles on your body but skip your back, you would still look like a skinny boy. The scapula is part of your back. This is what gives you good or bad posture. Due to the current digital society, most people, especially young men, suffer from poor posture. If you have poor posture, it will literally half the look of your attractiveness. I'll pull up a photo of someone who is relatively big with poor posture compared to good posture. As you can see, having a poorly rounded posture just ruins the look of your attractiveness. So to fix your posture, there's 2 great exercises to do. The first is face pulls. This will not only give you good posture, but will give you that alien back look, and shoulder abductions. So I'll pull up a photo of what that looks like. Throw in a few sets of these on a back or arm day, and your posture will almost improve immediately. Legs are also important, but not as important if you typically wear baggy clothes. The most attractive parts of the legs are the calves and quads. This is what people see when you're wearing shorts. Having huge calves is something everyone in the fitness community wants, but not a lot of people are willing to do the work it takes to get sick calves. So if you train them, you will stand out and people will look at you. Training legs also increases your testosterone more than any other muscle group. Having a high test level is especially important for young men, especially if you want to grow taller and look older. What's the best split to do for attractiveness? Split is basically referring to how you split up your days in the gym. Some guides online will say you should be in the gym 7 days a week, targeting each muscle group one at a time. This advice is optimal for gym bros who want to be in the gym every day and who don't have anything else to do in their life, but this is not good advice to build attractiveness fast. PPL, aka push-pull legs. At a young age, you're going to want to hit the gym 3 to 4 times a week, hard, doing a push-pull legs split. This allows you to have a well-rounded physique, only having to train a couple times a week. The plan you can follow, you can screenshot this if you want. I'm going to make a little plan that you can follow. You can switch around the days if you want. It's just going to give you a base idea of what this push-pull leg split will look like. Progressive overload is the only way to progressive growth. Progressive overload basically means to make progress in the gym, like adding more weight or doing more reps each time you work out. This is literally the only way to grow fast. If you do the standard 3 sets of 10 with the same amount of weight each time, you won't see much progress. An example of this would be if this week you curled 20 pounds for 3 sets of 8, next week you'll either want to do 22 pounds for 3 sets of 8, or do 20 pounds but for 3 sets of 10 reps instead of 8 reps. Form. Find a reputable source of someone who shows you how to use proper form. There are literally thousands of these channels and videos on YouTube, so it shouldn't be hard to find. Using good form in the gym will half the amount of time it takes to get a built physique, as if you're swinging the weight up and not using good technique, your muscles won't be actually getting a good workout. I'll leave a link to a few channels I personally recommend. Will be in the info card. Diet. If your focus is purely attractiveness and not health, you can just eat unhealthy food and still look attractive. Yes, you will still look good if you eat junk food, but your hormones and heart health will be terrible. No one wants to be the jacked guy with heart problems and acne who can't even run up a flight of stairs. So, I recommend sticking to a relatively healthy diet, eating 250 to 500 calories over your maintenance, so a surplus aka a bulk. Should you track macros? Don't worry too much about tracking macros, especially if you're young like 12 to 13. This isn't the standard advice you receive from most people. This is only because tracking your macros is a tedious process that sucks. So if you're young and you just started working out, you might be more likely to quit because it's just too much work. I haven't tracked macros in the last probably 6 months, and I've still been getting bigger consistently. How to bulk. Add in more fats to foods. So with your breakfast, add extra peanut butter if you have toast or something. With lunch, use more olive oil and rice in your cooking. And with dinner, do the same as lunch. And a general rule for bulking is eat till you're full, then eat some more. Get in your protein. Your body needs something called muscle protein synthesis to grow. This means you have to get your protein in. You're going to want to stay in the range of 120 to 190 grams of protein, mostly coming from sources like meat. Protein powder is something that will help you hit this protein goal a lot easier, but it's not necessary, and if you're looking to build an attractive body on a budget, this will set you back around $100 every few months. If you are young and still growing, eating enough protein each day will give you some major results. What supplements should you take? 90% of supplements are a waste of money. There are the ones I personally take and stand by because they have proper researched results. Do not buy things like EAAs or BCAAs, those are all waste of money. So multivitamins, make sure you find ones with proper doses. Quite a few multivitamins are horribly dosed and just waste money. Protein, As I mentioned before, this is optional but recommended. Fish oil, good for cognitive health, which is brain health, and joint health, not necessary though, and optional pre-workout. And you might have noticed that I didn't mention creatine, and that is because creatine is pretty controversial and is safe for some users over the age of 18, but it's not very well studied in young men. Yes, it can increase strength, muscle size, and make you look a little bit bigger, but it can also not work at all, and even in some cases cause dehydration, liver and kidney damage, and more problems. So in terms of if it's worth it or not, that's up to you to decide. But if you are under 18, you probably shouldn't be taking any type of performance enhancing drug. Is pre-workout safe to take if I'm young? In my opinion, which is relatively research based, it is fine every once in a while. Just keep it to a low dose of 200 milligrams of caffeine or lower. No dark matter, unfortunately. Yes, pre-workout will have a bit of an impact on your growth, but if it helps you get into the gym on those days where you really don't feel like it, I'm all for it. I personally do not take pre-workout anymore, but when I first started to weightlift, it really helped me build the habit of going to the point where it doesn't even take discipline anymore to get to the gym. Recovery is just as important, if not more important, to build muscle as training is. Sleep, you're going to want to get around 9 to 12 hours of sleep. If you are a young man, sleep is incredibly important. This is literally where your muscles grow. The gym just tears your muscles. Sleep is what actually builds them back bigger. Cold showers, these lower inflammation in your body, helping you feel less sore, meaning you can spend more days in the gym and less at home with sore legs that can't move. Stretch, this restores your muscles to their natural length after a workout, which will help prevent you from getting knots and cramps in your muscles. You don't have to stretch for an incredible amount of time. Doing 10 minutes at the end of each workout will change the soreness you feel dramatically. Quick bonus tip, the better your mental health, the longer you're going to be able to stay consistent with the gym. So often I see people doing a get shredded in 30 days program, and although they might build a decent physique, we all know after the 30 days they will be back to eating Nutella on the couch and watching TV. If all of your friends are going out to a restaurant and they ask you to come, don't be that guy that's like, I would, but I can't because I need to stick to my meal plan. Go out, enjoy yourself, and get back to it the next day. This guarantees the most longevity in your fitness journey. Alright, if you watched this far, I really respect you and hope you enjoyed this video. This video is something you can come back to anytime and refresh your memory about a certain topic. If this is your first time viewing my channel, my name is Adam Blondin, I'm 14 years old and I make self-improvement content to help my viewers become better versions of themselves. Go down, hit the subscribe and post notification button as it benefits us both, and send this video to a friend who needs to get jacked. See ya.